Get Into Gate. This is episode 127. We are talking Stargate SG-1, Season 6, Episode 16 today. My name is Mitch. Joining me, the full Get Into Gate team, Matty.
Well, hello.
Oh, hello, Brendan.
Hello.
And Rhys.
Yeah, g'day, guys.
Rhys is our first-time watcher. The rest of us long-term veteran fans of Stargate SG-1. We're here to talk about it with a bit of a nostalgic eye. Rhys, a first-timer's view. Let's go back and see what this episode, Metamorphosis, is all about. Throw it over to Rhys and see what he thought. SG-1 discovers that Nearty, in an attempt to create the perfect human host, is mutating the inhabitants of an unexplored planet with a machine that rearranges their DNA. Captured in an attempt to stop her, O'Neill must find a way to escape before he and SG-1 are subjected to the same fate. Teleplay by James Titchener, directed by Peter DeLuise. Rhys, Metamorphosis. It's all happening.
Hey, you guys. It's a Goonies reference for all my geek friends out there.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Mate, a group of Goonies. Look, I mean, I didn't mind this episode. Didn't really understand the whole DNA thing, why they are looking the way they are. I mean, I get that they're sick and all that, but I think obviously the most epic part of this was Nearty just
Getting
dying.
Throated.
Like,
Number nine of the major
Add that to the
ghoul.
tally.
yeah.
How many chicks has Daniel banged, Matty?
6?
I thought you were having the
Five?
I thought you had that tally.
Well, he's been dead for a year, mate, so...
Also written by Jacqueline Samunda. Jacqueline Samunda, which is
Jake
Samunda.
Samunda.
Yeah.
Now, I read that
Jackie
name,
Salmon.
and that seems
Jackie
new to
Chan.
me.
That's Nearty.
It's
That,
Nearty.
oh, that's Nearty, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
she wrote her
Wow.
own episode.
No,
Yeah.
she just got a story credit.
Yeah, she
So-
got a story credit with James
Right.
Titchener. He's like, you know what? Let's neck her and not tell her.
Yeah.
So she's gone up to him and said, hey, you know what you should do? Write an
Yeah.
episode with me in it.
Yeah.
I've got a
great,
No,
alright.
he's...
I've got a sweet show that I want to be the next sexy bitch from SG-1.
I'm going to have this scene where I'm like laying on the bed with like my leg up,
Yeah.
and then the camera's going to shoot through, and I'm going to have very little covering my nether region.
Why did you bring me here?
Ivan. Ivan Humpelot.
How's that?
Ivan Humpelot.
That is definitely the most interesting offer I've had in a very long time.
Oh, God.
I've preempted you the last 5 times thinking it was going to be something from Austin Powers, and it's
Yeah.
not, and I don't say anything this time, and it finally is. Just when I think you're going to zig, you zag.
Yeah. Keep it fresh, baby.
But look, I respect Jonas being, I
Hi,
appreciate
Mike.
you.
Go along with it, for God's sake. Get
That-
your end wet.
Have sex and then say no.
Why didn't you say that when Hathor was trying to seduce Jack?
Yes.
Yeah, well, didn't he?
No,
Yeah.
Daniel did.
Daniel.
Yeah,
When
well,
we first
Daniel
met
did
her
the
in
right thing,
Hathor-
didn't he?
I've got this, Jack. She goes, I want
Yeah.
O'Neill. He's like,
Sake.
nah, you don't.
Maybe O'Neill didn't want Daniel sloppy seconds. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
Fair
right.
point.
I mean, she was smoking on that bed.
She looked great.
Oh, my God.
Jeez.
Jacked. Like, not Jack
She's
O'Neill,
a
but
beast.
jacked.
Like
She's
those-
strong.
She's got better forearms than like most guys I know. Like
Absolutely.
she was looking
Yeah, she's a bit
good.
like she's like Sarah Connor in T2.
Yeah.
Just struck me like, whoa, you've been
and she's
preparing
got
for
that
Judgment
good.
Day.
She's got that
Nearty.
good like scowl. Like she's
Yeah.
got that good evil face where you're just like, oh, she's about to shit up.
And quick too, like
It'll be rough.
when she's right down there on his face and she's almost like licking him and just sort of like, rubbing
Yeah.
her face against his. And then in an instant when she knew that he wasn't on for it, it was just bang, I'm going to murder you and skin you alive. Like
Yeah.
her turn was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish in that audio grab now I had have gone, when he shut her down, I wish I had a cut to Carter saying, Jonas, you're such a chicken shit.
Hey, so fun fact: even though Jacqueline Samunda and James Titchener share a story writing credit on this episode, they didn't actually meet until the episode was shot and wrapped, and it was like afterwards. So
That's weird.
Apparently, yeah, James Titchener had originally pitched an idea where there were going to be these advanced humans that were actually like they had giant wings.
Winged
They were
creatures
just
or
these
something.
giant winged creatures.
Weird.
But their genetics were breaking down. And then separately, Jacqueline Samunda obviously needed some work. So she was like, hey, Brad Wright, here's an idea I had for Nearty to come back. And then Brad Wright just went,
Good.
smushed them together and made James write. And then he sort of did a rewrite.
Yeah.
And
now
and
she's dead.
Jacqueline and James never even met.
You're taking half of my pay
Yeah,
for the
it's like,
story.
Hey,
Yeah.
Brad, can I come back? Yeah, sure. but we're going to kill you.
I know we've seen a few episodes the last couple of seasons where we've likened them to either a movie that had just come out at the time, or is it like the Thing episode? Obviously, is a bit of almost an homage to a movie that had been out decades earlier. This it was more so just the effect, the way the guy died. What was it? What was his
blatant
name?
rip-off of X-Men.
Yeah, exactly. What was
Yeah.
it? Sorry, what was his name?
Kelly?
Alibrand.
Alibrand.
Oh,
Sorry,
Kellogg's
that was-
All Brand.
Yeah, Kellogg's. Yeah. So,
But yeah, Senator Kelly in the X-Men movie.
Kellogg's, yeah. He comes out and like disintegrates and turns into water, and I'm like, just like the senator in the first X-Men movie.
There's even
Okay,
a line
cool.
about every cell in his body is breaking down. It was like
Yeah.
almost to the word what
That-
Jean Grey said in
But
X-Men.
I'm like, that's
Alex Mack. That's classic Alex Mack.
I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then later on, there's the two of the mutated, aliens, and one of them's got telekinesis, and the other one can read people's minds. I'm like,
Yeah.
sure, it's got a little bit more X-Men, sure. I mean, but
Yeah.
it was really that water effect, which was kind of cool. I'm sad we didn't see it a
It's
second
line
time.
for
'cause-
line when they cut to the side of the bed and the water falls off.
Yeah.
Well, it's exactly the same shot.
Yeah, and the gurgling, the water coming out.
And
of
what
the
is it,
mouth,
the
yeah.
year or two after
About
X-Men?
3. This would have been 2003, early 2003.
January
and-
2003.
Yeah.
And
this came
X-Men
out.
was like May 2000. Yeah.
So why did they look? Was it just the fact that she was messing with their DNA as to why they looked so messed up?
Yeah, there was a line.
I think it was up in the air still, because then I think Jonas was saying they've done this, or Jack's saying Nearty's done this to them, and Jonas is saying maybe they were like that before she came.
And just took advantage.
Yeah.
Did we get it? We didn't get a clear answer
No,
about
there's
that.
nothing
Well,
definitive about
there
it.
is a line because Alibrand, who turned to water, is the brother of Wodan, the telekinetic. They're
Yeah.
brothers. Even though the weird thing is, the guy inside the Wodan mask is Dion Johnstone, who's black. That's the guy who played like Shaka. And
Doing a bit of whiteface.
so yeah, they put a black man in whiteface
Oh,
and
racist.
stuck a third eye on the side of his head, which was weird.
Yeah, what's with the extra eyes?
Yeah,
It's hot.
Here's an idea: would we all get telekinesis if it means we had to have like a third eye on the side of
Yeah.
our head? That would be
Oh,
interesting.
absolutely.
Get me one.
And why, as soon as any character ever gets like growth in their face, yeah.
Yeah, very
I'm like,
elephant
really?
man.
Like, yeah.
But so there was a very quick line, and I'd missed it the first time I watched. It was only the second time I went through to grab some audio bits and pieces. Is it said Alibrand used to look like they did, and then Nearty
Yeah.
fixed him so he looked normal. So I think it's like she plays with their DNA, gives them power, but mutates them. Then goes back in because obviously the power is what Nearty wants, but then she also wants a host who's hot. That's the ghouls always want attractive
Yeah, right.
hosts. So I think she puts him in the machine once to get the power, but then it mutates him. Then she puts him in again to try and make him look pretty again, and that's when their cell structure breaks down. So I
Right,
think
so is her goal to make someone that she will then take as a host?
She wants a
she-
Hoktar.
I thought she was experimenting with random humans to get it right, and then she'll do it to her own host.
No, well, she just
possibly,
maybe, but she can just slip on in.
Oh,
Don't have to
why
worry
wouldn't you?
about it.
yeah. I guess in a way these were experiments, and
Yeah.
I guess once she had it locked down correctly, she could either pick one of those hosts or because remember she said when she was putting Sam through the machine, she said, "I may take you as a host."
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so there could be a bit about that in there. The weird thing I noticed is, did Nearty already have some weird power where she could like bring her Jafar back from the dead / unconscious?
No.
So when she comes in, and Carter
Yeah.
takes out the two Jafar, and Carter only zats them once. I'm pretty sure that you see.
yeah.
And
Rookie
then,
move.
yeah, and then she's having her standoff with Jack when she's got the zat pointed at Carter's head,
Yeah.
and then have a listen to this.
But I am helping them.
Yeah, I can see that.
Appearances can be deceiving, Colonel O'Neill.
So there's that sound effect, and then the Jafar just sits up.
Night King style just brings them back
Yeah.
almost.
So it's like they're insinuating that Nearty had some power, like with that little sound effect,
No, but
to wake her Jafar up.
She is a ghoul.
But Dion Johnstone was right there, so I was thinking it was him that did it. Or
Well, it wasn't revealed that he was there yet. He was there to catch the bullet 5 seconds later.
And very
no,
well.
right
mind you.
then and there, because that's when he sat up and Jack shot him, and then the bullet just went. Boing.
Yeah, but I'm talking
Yeah.
about the sound effect before that. Like, Nearty looks at the Jafar.
Yeah, it doesn't
They
make
play that
sense.
sound effect, and the Jafar sits up. So the insinuation is
Yeah.
that Nearty...
Yeah, it was a bit clunky.
I assumed
Yeah.
it was she just sat him up and he woke up on his own with telekinesis, but then and you're like, shit, does she have that power? And then it's revealed that bloody what's his name, Woden was there, and it was actually him that lifted him up and him that stopped the bullet.
Or they're Gould,
That's what I thought,
and they're
yeah.
very theatrical.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Look, in the case that you get shot,
Yeah.
wait for me to wave my hand, and then you sit up. It's going to look theatrical as."
She was
so cool.
She was
Yeah,
eye
it'd be
locked
so
with,
cool. We're going to think we've got superpowers. It's going to be the best day ever.
Well, yeah, it's like she was eye locked with Jack in that standoff. So it's like, how did she even know that Wodan was there yet? So yeah,
I thought
it's a
she
really
looked to her
weird-
right, and then he sat up, and then I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, she did, but she looked at. She said appearances could be deceiving. Looked over at the Jafar,
Yeah,
the sound effect, and he sat up.
yeah. The sound effect made no sense.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's almost like
weird.
was he? Because I was assuming he was just feigning death or feigning or pretending to be asleep, and then
Yeah.
he sat up. So the sound effect was weird.
Yeah, it's a weird entry.
So we found out that there's a Russian team, SG4,
Yeah,
coming out of the
darling.
Stargate Command.
Yeah,
Just
well, that
randomly
was-
drops that in.
Yeah, well, remember back in Redemption when they wanted to put a Russian on the team and he chose Jonas instead? Jack said, just give them their own team. That's what they've wanted. Just give them their own
So it
team.
turns
Yeah,
out-
So
right.
they did.
So that was okay.
There was
So
no,
they did,
yeah, there's
yeah.
no backstory to it.
No.
was
Although that colonel with the mustache, Colonel Mustache. Well, I guess he can't be Colonel
We've already
Mustache.
got a
He's
Colonel
already had
Mustache.
or is it General Mustache? I can't remember.
No.
He's
It'll
the-
have to be like
Colonel Washaway,
yeah,
a Russian name. Yeah, you know.
Colonel Washed Off.
Colonel Vortigate. Because he turned to water when he went through the gate.
Colonel
Um,
Cosmos.
That is
Has
the
to do with melting away or
to the
something.
gate and Cosmos.
That is
Cosmonaut.
the same
not
actor who played another Russian soldier back. You know the episode where Carter was tied to the bed for the whole thing? Was it Desperate Measures?
One of the great
One of those?
episodes.
Oh, absolutely.
And there was like that.
Didn't want to escape.
There was like that roadblock, and they stopped the big truck that was carrying the Jafar in the back. In the back, it was the start of the episode.
Yeah.
Same guy.
Oh yeah, and they were only speaking Russian.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was at the very start.
Yeah. I kind of wished it was like that was the same character, but it wasn't. Apparently, it was the same actor.
That would
playing
make too much sense.
two different Russian dudes that died.
See, I always remember. In Brief Candle, I always thought it was Nearty who was that Greek god because she was always fucking around with their DNA, like trying to make
yeah.
the Hoktar. So in my mind from years ago, I just thought, it's the same. It's the same Gould because you never actually see that Greek guy. I can't remember his name now.
Oh,
Pelos. or something?
Pelos. Yeah, Pelops.
Yeah. Pelops.
Pelops.
Polyps.
Polyps. Yeah, that could be it.
Got me polyps removed. The Pelops removed.
I was talking to Link today, and he said that he'd spoken to you, Matty, like last night. You guys were
Yeah,
having
we
a
caught up
chat.
last night,
Yeah, had a chat, and he's like, and we were talking about the fact that we were recording tonight, and what episode are we going to be talking about this week? And he goes, and tells me Rhys like fucking Jonas. And I said, yeah, and I said, Link, I got to be honest. I said this
he
season,
not
like
listen
so
to the
far, I
podcast?
said. Yeah, exactly. What happened to you listening to us at the gym, mate? What happened? And I said, well, so far, like, I kind of do too. I kind of forget why I didn't. I think I just caught up in that everyone hates Jonas sort of,
The very simple
thing.
answer is that he's not Daniel.
Yes.
Well, that's
the
why
only
Rhys loves
reason.
him. Part of the reason why
Absolutely.
Rhys
That's
loves
very
him.
true.
And I said to
Absolutely.
Link, well, there was a pretty awesome moment in this episode when Wodan comes in and, telekinesis bloody, rises the gate and they drag Jack and, they take Jonas,
Take
right? It's
Jonas,
Jonas.
yeah.
And as he comes out, he just bang, shoves this guy up against the wall and goes to punch him, like,
Didn't see that coming.
Didn't see that going.
and I'm like,
yeah,
just
boy.
and he
pretty
was like,
badass.
he was getting forced. His hand was getting forced back, and he held it there for like 10 or 15 seconds, like still trying to throw everything he had. I'm like, man, people might not like you, but that was a pretty fucking sweet little move that you just did. That was
Yeah.
bad. Like, yeah, you might be
that
going
was
to your
pretty
death,
good.
but you're like, you know what? I'll go out swinging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's been plenty of episodes where I've just been there with a gun, going, I don't know what to do with this thing.
Some of those techniques are pretty cool, like especially when Tilk's running at Wodan and gets stopped mid-air. They got
And
Sergeant
then gets, like,
Sala
pulled
behind them with a rope
Yeah, right.
and just holding it there.
Yeah.
So
Oh, really?
as he's running, it's like he literally can't move any
And
further.
that's to me, that's one of the brilliant things Peter
The hood.
DeLuise does is he really likes those practical
Yeah.
in-camera effects.
Makes a
like
difference.
The bullet has stopped by Wodan. The way they did that is they just glued a bullet to a sheet of glass and held it up in front of the camera.
Like
and just,
clear acrylic, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so a lot of those practical effects, I think, really sort of help sell that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Telekinesis can be a hard thing to try and,
Especially because the bullet was out of focus there, and then he pulled the focus
yeah.
to come into shot.
Apparently, though, some sweaty was like, "Oh, that's the wrong bullet for a P90."
Nah.
So I'm like, "Oh, that's unfortunate."
Wouldn't they kind of make
It sounds
sure of
like
that?
something you'd say, Matty.
Not for a gun. Not for a gun.
Get Craig in here.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah, that stinks of Craig, that comment.
So Needy only has 10 Jafar. Where
On that planet.
Right.
Yeah.
So why doesn't she have any more?
She's
Like
ninja,
obviously
bro.
she was in hiding and shit like that, but
She goes invisible.
Mm.
Isn't it weird? Did they know? They knew it was Nearty, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
nerdy.
So the nerdy, yeah. So those two Jafar ring down, and Car's like, bing, bing, cool. And then Nearty
Yeah.
just appears out of nowhere. I'm like,
Yeah.
hello.
Remember last
Hello,
time when
McFly.
Needy was invisible? Yeah,
Yeah.
we remember that.
The last 3 times
She
she,
didn't
was
need the
invisible.
head. She didn't need the head wrap this time.
Last
which
4
was nice.
times.
Remember last
Yeah.
time she had to have a bloody turban with
Yeah.
a head wrap to be invisible.
She was ninjaed through the window with O'Neill in his TERs. She was in that forest one with
the
Cassandra.
Cassandra, yeah, with a handprint.
The fire
And then
handprint.
she was in Robert C. Cooper's lovely one.
Oh, which one?
With,
One of the
one where
many
they all
Robert
come
C.
to Earth, and she kicks the crap out of
Oh yeah,
Uncle Steve.
no, not Legacy. It's near Legacy.
Grey something.
Nah,
Not
No.
Shades of Grey.
fair game.
That's it.
Fair
I knew
game,
it had
guys.
a G in there.
Fair game.
Supergate.
Grey. Grey.
One of my main questions was if these Goonies had superpowers and they were so tough and they could use them, they weren't scared of SG-1 after a while, why were they cowering in the corner when SG-1 first came in?
Plot.
Legit, like that. They were literally.
Maybe they thought it was
all-
Nearty coming in. That's all I can think of.
But then they're like, "Please don't hurt us." But then if they love Nearty, then why would they be scared of her like that?
And if they had those powers, they can defend themselves,
Yeah.
which they did
yeah, that's true.
into an
Unless
increasing
they
rate
thought
throughout
they
the
were,
episode.
unless they thought they were different gods, different Goulds.
Maybe, because they obviously Egar's whole thing was he's not allowed to read Nearty's mind.
Yeah,
Because she's all powerful and a god and blah 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 until the end when he defies her. So yeah, you make a good point. That is a bit of an inconsistency with. I guess it was just so they could do the reveal that they're all like
yeah.
elephant
Yeah.
men,
Gotcha.
kind of looking things.
Yeah, that didn't make sense. to me.
Egar though, the telekinetic, that's actually the hippie from 1969. Same actor.
Michael
Oh, nice.
Michael from
and the
1969.
vagina face.
Yeah, and Rhys's favourite Unas, Shy One from Beast of Burden.
Yeah, the bitch one,
Yeah, the one that we wasn't sure was male or female. Shy One.
the shy one. Yeah,
Why is that my favourite?
You said it was.
you wanted to bang it. I'm pretty sure you said that on the
I
podcast.
wanted to bang all of them.
There was I felt just on what we were saying before with Jonas's moment where he's being held back by Wodan. To me, there was this really weird inconsistency with Wodan's powers. Like, did he have like superhuman telekinesis, like in terms of like the strength that he could do? Because it's like there didn't appear to be any locks on the gates, like on the but he could just raise them and lower them, but we couldn't sort of lift them up. If he
It
had
was pretty rusty.
yeah, but he
Not even two.
he was able to throw Jonas and Teal'c across the room.
Yeah,
But then, yeah, when Jonas had that moment with his fist, it's like Wodan was working really, really hard to hold Jonas's hand back, which means theoretically, Teal'c's strength. If that was Teal'c would have been able to fight through that. But then Teal'c was being like thrown about. So I was like, oh, I don't understand.
I think because he was trying to close the gate and hold Jonas at the same
oh no,
time.
yeah, because he pushed Teal'c away first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Teal'c was
Yeah.
holding the gate open.
That's right. Teal'c was holding it open.
Yeah. And then he had to.
Oh,
He
okay.
was trying to
So
get.
look at these
Yeah,
guns,
that might
Wodan.
Well,
Wodan
and
Valley
they-
Rams.
They said that about the mind reader too, didn't they? They said if he split his focus, he basically could he not use it or something like.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it was
Because then that's right. Because at the end, when Nearty's in the chokehold, and we find out later that Egar's reading her mind to get the information about how to use the device. Jack's like calling out to him, trying to get him to get Wodan to stop, and he doesn't even hear Jack because he's so focused on trying to get into Nearty's brain.
But he
So,
can't.
yeah,
He
that
mustn't
makes
be able to
sense.
do it all the time.
Yeah, that was dumb.
That was so dumb.
Yeah, that was a Robert Cooper line.
But the other part was when Jonas and Teal'c first went down to the cells, and then they ripped their main weapons off them, and then they both immediately grabbed their second weapons and held them up. I'm like, just shoot.
Yeah.
Shoot them.
And Teal'c's was a handgun, not a Zat, it looked like.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's odd for Teal'c's
Yeah.
side up not to be.
How quick was Jonas too? Pow.
Yeah.
Boom! Yeah, all that practice from
Been
Again,
watching
BTS.
heaps
Again,
of Clint Eastwood movies.
I know what you're thinking. Oh damn, there goes my gun.
Are you feeling? Damn it!
Do I feel? Oh, whoops.
How old Jonas at the
Get
start?
those
I mean, he's
goddamn chinks off my. Oh, goddamn.
Don't say chinks.
Yeah, I was worried about that. I was worried where you were
Yeah.
going there, but of course that's not what you were saying. So therefore,
Gran Turismo. Oh, goddamn.
There was
just Clint Eastwood that said
Yeah,
it.
it's Clint Eastwood
absolutely,
quote.
yeah. And
Not
he's,
me.
He's a
Send him an
crazy
email.
old bat.
Yeah,
He
Get
spoke
Into
to
Gate does not accept or agree with anything that Clint Eastwood says.
No,
But we do like to quote the old bastard.
Absolutely.
especially when he spoke to a chair when he was giving a speech. Remember that?
No.
Yeah, it was some big Republican, I don't know, some kind of seminar or something, and it was like anti-Barack Obama. And so he had an empty chair, and he was speaking to it like Obama was sitting there. But then he's like, "Nothing to say, Mr. President." That's what I thought. I'm like, dude, you're talking to an empty chair. Like, it's one thing to go, Mr. President.
Was this a real thing?
Like, it's
Was
one
that a
thing.
real thing?
Yeah, he literally did this. Yeah. He's a
Wow.
very proud Republican,
guess
and
you got
power to you
nothing to
for whatever party you support in your desired country. But like, it's one thing to ask questions. You go, hey, if the president was here and sitting there, I would ask him this. I would ask him this. But then he got angry that the president didn't answer him. It's like, he's in Washington.
Mr. Eastwood.
Nobody's here.
There's no president here.
Maybe he's been handling too much in the Quadria.
Obviously.
Do love Clint though.
Love the Clint.
Absolutely.
Love the big Clint.
I could take him or leave him.
Turn it up, mate. You don't like Gran Torino? One of the great shows.
Never seen it.
Get off my
I don't know that I've ever made it through an entire Clint Eastwood film.
Well,
There's
there's
a
your
lot
problem.
of films you say
don't
that about
understand
too.
it.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah,
What about
Clint
the bridge? What about the bridges of Medicine County? I bet
Oh,
you saw that.
Nah.
Yeah, romantic.
Was he
Drama.
in?
What about
Meryl
every
Streep.
episode of Roseanne?
Well, he wasn't in those.
Yeah, but
Talking about Clint
you sit
Eastwood
through
here.
that, but not a Clint Eastwood classic.
Yeah. Was he in
Jesus.
Cowboys versus Aliens?
No,
No.
that was Harrison Ford.
Ah,
That was
I
that,
sat through that,
Craig
unfortunately.
David. What's his name?
Craig David.
Daniel Craig.
Daniel
Craig.
Craig. It's a nice time,
I
man.
knew he had two first names.
on a Tuesday.
So yeah, we spoke about it before. Daniel, had a wonderful tally of alien conquests before the end of his run. Jonas, at the start of this episode, we open up and he's having a little bit of a chat to some other SGC staffer.
Lieutenant
Oh.
Rush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who
God,
is
yeah, rush in here. Rush right in my room.
the-
Oh, got a case of the rush.
oh, yeah,
Hang
be
on.
careful there.
God.
One of the great bands.
Good girl, but she's got a hell of a rush problem.
That's there.
That actress is actually Amanda Tapping's stand-in.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah,
Is
so
that
they
why
gave-
Amanda Tapping was just like, oh, you should go and
Yeah,
talk
you
to
should
her.
hit that.
Oh,
She's-
yeah, I like
she's
his
quite
line, though.
attractive.
And I kind of believed him when he first said it, when he's like, oh, it's custom on my planet that a friend would go and inquire about her. And I'm like, you little pussy.
Yeah, you
It's
little
like
chicken
me in
shit.
grade
Yeah,
10.
chicken shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Tell him to come and ask me himself. I don't want to go out with you that bad.
Nah.
Well, it was customary for me in grade, what was it, Brendan 9, that Brendan reacted to my being dumped.
What?
Well, I got dumped by the friend, right? So, I had like a month
right.
for first girlfriend. Didn't, we kind of held hands once or twice. I was so cute.
stuff.
And then one of her friends came up to me at lunch and said, she'd actually just like to be friends. And I'm like, oh, okay, because I'm like, well, this is the first, and I don't know how I'm supposed to react. I guess it's going to be cool. And okay, yeah, cool. And then the friend walked off, and then Brendan just at the top of his lungs, because we could see her. She was hiding behind the lockers. Brendan's like, yeah, well, tell her she's dumped. I had a positive outlook on dumpings after that. I'm like, it's never going to be bad because I've got my boy with me.
I was treated
Go
like
for a beer, Mitch.
Yes. Yeah. What's beer?
Grade 9.
We're allowed it in 4 years. Yes.
Mitch is like, I don't like beer.
I was
I'm actually not going to like that until I'm 21. Is that okay? I'm like,
I'll get you vanilla Coke, mate. They just came out.
RC Cola.
I've told you that's too sweet for me, Brendan.
I was treated like the child in a divorce when two of my friends in like 9th or 10th grade split up. It was my two best friends, a guy and a girl. And apparently they've been dating for like 9 or 10 months and they decided to break up. And they tell this later on. After they both decided it was time for them to break up, their first thing they said to each other was, what are we going to tell Maddie? I'm like, what the
You can come with me every second weekend.
We're going to share you.
One of Carter's quips again. This one wasn't just advanced technology; it was incredibly advanced technology.
Not once, but twice.
Is that like
They've been to thesaurus.com.
Yeah.
is that like Deep State of Kellner Room and an extremely
think so.
Deep State of Kellner Room?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's
Can't just be advanced anymore.
How are you going to work it out?
It's extremely advanced.
Yeah.
Incredibly.
Apparently,
it's kind of like the preemptive thing to say, Jack, I can't get it to work.
Yeah.
Like, it's advanced. I can deal with advanced, but extremely advanced, let's
Shit out.
fucking pack it up.
Well, that's why I think she's just like cutting straight to the because she'd say exactly what it is, and Jack would be like, Carter, give me I'm dumb. Pretend I'm dumb.
It's extremely advanced.
It's incredibly advanced. Oh, okay. Well, why didn't you say so?
Apparently, in the initial treatment for the script, James Titcher actually wanted to go like full like Tony Stark tech on it. So it was, in terms of it was going to be more like a VR DNA device where need to actually step into it and like manually manipulate article.
Minority Report.
All that kind of stuff.
There you go. Another rip-off.
What a film.
Another film.
One of the great shows.
Oh, mate, that is a great show.
What is the last great movie you watched besides any cinematic universe?
Beside, Marvel. You can't say Marvel or X-Men. Like, obviously that's Marvel, but
I can't remember.
Besides, just like a standalone.
There actually isn't one, Rhys. It's not actually a good movie.
I'm actually just trying to think of, like, I can name a bunch of movies that I love, but I just can't think of chronologically the last one.
Recent one that you thought was pretty sweet. That was pretty cool.
I'm drawing a blank.
Fury
Didn't
with
see
Brad
it.
Pitt.
Oh, God, what a
God
good
damn it.
movie.
Get Out.
Get Out was good. Wasn't
That was
great.
alright.
It was good. Wasn't great.
Better than I thought
pretty
it was going
epic.
to be. You
It's
need
like
to
an
watch
episode of
more
Black Mirror.
horror stuff, mate.
And I'm not a horror fan. I don't do a lot of horror.
I'm talking to Rhys.
Oh.
If you thought that was good. You
No,
should...
I'm all for the
Mate.
blacks.
What?
Get away from those white men. You know,
Oh.
I was hoping we'd all roll with that joke.
Fight
But,
Yeah,
racism, not white people.
Well, hey, speaking of like long time between drinks, like before I work in radio, on a show this morning we had a competition. I don't know how it came. Oh, it was actually we're doing a thing around Men's Health Week. We got two blokes on, and they have to know things about each other. And the question we asked one guy, and it was like, Brendan, what was the last movie that Rhys saw at the cinemas? And the answer was Titanic. And the guy goes,
wow.
no, not the last movie you watched. He's, it made me cry, old Leo. He's like, no, not the last movie you watched. What was the last movie you saw at the cinemas? He's like, yeah, Titanic. They're like, that was 22 years ago. He's like, I was dating my wife and I've been busy since then.
Wow.
Our next preview screening, Spider-Man Far From Home, we're like, just give him tickets to anything. Like, come on, get him to the cinemas.
God's sake.
God, I would end myself. 22 years. Christ. I
the
love
point?
few things more than going to the bloody movies.
He has 22 ice breaks a week, but he can't get up for a movie. Come on, mate.
Holy shit. Well, we're
He
assuming.
has to be a tradie.
Yeah, we're assuming he's a tradie and he's having a tradie's breakfast.
oh, mate, he can go watch a movie at 3 o'clock. He knocks off at 2.
Yeah.
Nah, mate, straight to the pub.
My cousin Nathan.
Those pokies aren't going to slap themselves.
I had a client ring me today at 4:28, and I was like, "You really think I'm answering the phone right now, bitch?
Friday.
Not happening, mate. Not happening."
I mean, one of the great episodes.
Yeah, there's not much else to say.
I think one of my things that I really loved out of this was the fact that Nearty's death, and I forgot, because it's been so long since I watched it, whether she did die in this one.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
And at the end, it looked like they were going to save her, because old mate Wodan was holding her up, strangling her, bloody Darth
and
Vader
Carter's
style.
like, it's extremely advanced.
Don't do it. We need her. And then he just does it. And I'm like, well, if it's going to be done, it's a nice poetic justice that she was killed by one of her own creations.
It looked good too. The actual snap, the way they
snap.
sort of enhanced it with a bit of CG and stuff, looked good.
Yeah. I do hate, though, when they do that sort of thing where it's like, don't kill her, we need her. She's the only one who that knows how to use the machine. If you kill her, then I'm done. All your people snap. Why'd you do that? Well, she deserves to die. Yeah, we're not arguing that. We just needed her. And then old mate Mind Reader goes, right at the last second, I saw her head, and I know everything that she knows. Oh, sweet. I'm like, why build up that tension when you don't even give it time to breathe? Like, it'd be different if that happened with 5 minutes to go, and then you had old mates sort of go, I broke taboo. I did look into our God's mind, and even though he realised that she was evil, he still felt I don't know. Like I hate when they
Yeah.
build it up and then it's like, oh no, we've got the answer there. We're just
Yeah.
going to not reveal it.
I
for
think it
another
was
10
quite
seconds.
an enjoyable episode. There is one person though who did not think that. Now, in some of the bits and pieces that I do, finding trivia and bits and pieces for the episode, I like to go and check out IMDb, and I stumbled across someone who left a 1-star review for this episode,
Come on, mate.
and they said,
What are their username?
It is actually a 7.4.
Is it a
doesn't
German
say.
horse?
Doesn't. No, see, they're so chicken shit they didn't even leave a
Oh,
name.
come on, mate. It's the internet.
Nearty's comment about Jonas being so genetically different than humans from Earth is bull. Such a difference in genetic traits would take at least 500,000, I assume he means years, didn't actually leave years, certainly far longer than a mere 3,000. Did the screenwriters research the topic on any scale? Highly improbable. Nearty's comment about being so genetically different than humans, just the exact same paragraph a second time. And then the same paragraph a third time, so they've written that exact same thing 3 times.
Well, that might be true on Earth, but Jonas's planet is full of Nequadria.
Exactamundo.
So any kind of radiation.
Yeah.
So please do your research on
Do
Nequadria
you-
before
do
you
you
leave a
research on
1-star
Nequadria?
review. For
Oh,
fuck's
At
sake.
least do
God's
some research
sake.
on Nagadar, to get you halfway.
Absolutely.
Yeah. God, yeah.
Well, I mean, that's not a necessity. Please don't do that. We wouldn't put you through that.
Well, if she's such a twat.
There was,
Get on it.
But if that is your review and you are listening, let us know.
Yeah.
Actually, a 7.4 star on IMDb, according to this stat.
That's because it has,
Would've been better, but-
it has 1 8-star review and 1 1-star review.
It's got 2 reviews.
Mm.
Let's all jump on and give it a 3-star review.
Sure.
Sure.
There is something that Peter DeLuise brings up in the audio commentary that I think once you see it, you can't unsee it.
I kept teasing him and calling him Mr. Hanky the Christmas Pooh because he does kind of look like a bit of a Baby Ruth log, that you might find in the toilet.
Poor Wodan. Because now I've heard that I can't unsee it. Every time
Yeah.
he appears on screen, I
I've
just
heard of it, but I can
just
never
go,
remember.
"Howdy
I don't know what it
ho!"
is.
What?
I said I've heard of the name. I don't know what it is.
Mr. Hanky? Mr. Hanky the
South
Christmas
Park,
Pooh from
something
South
about
Park.
South Park.
Oh, right.
He's
yeah,
an
no, yeah.
anthropomorphic.
One of the great pieces of shit characters.
Howdy ho!
Yeah.
Hoktar is a new word we learned.
Yeah.
That apparently everyone else has known.
Yeah, we learnt it seasons ago.
Really?
me.
I'd forgotten about it.
Hoktar.
Turns out
Yeah, it
Rhys
was
has
with the
not been
Nearty
paying
thing and-
attention.
Remember when Daniel's like, it's an amalgamation of 2 words. Hok, meaning advanced, and Tari, meaning
Tari.
human. Hok, Tari.
Oh, yeah, I totally remember that now.
Right, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Rhys has not been paying attention.
That's why Jonas was like,
Oh.
advanced human.
I read that note.
Good.
Hey, so blah, 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 blah. World?
Yeah.
Is it time to end the segment?
I mean, guy,
It's
we're...
literally like I thought we put no effort into this shit.
I mean, 127 episodes in, we're still thinking of some stupid way to sell our Patreon. Like,
yeah.
World? That's how I sell it.
mate, just be better next week. That's all I'm saying.
Well, how many times can I say they're on a very strange world? Like,
Have we got some new countries in this one?
No.
Oh.
That's good because I don't want to need to look for more music. I'm only working with what's in.
please stop the segment.
I'm only working with what's in front of me.
I don't think anybody realizes I do no work for this segment. These are literally on the Stargate wiki, and it's the same. That's why it's the same language as every
I actually
time.
did see that last week. And
They've,
I'm like,
they've got the bottom
I
of the
think
screen.
I think we all realise.
Yeah, I just knew that from the first one.
Copy and paste.
You didn't even practice saying them
No.
before the show.
I'm about to find out what it says in French.
Let's find out together.
Here we go, a bit of French. Oh.
We.
Metamorphosis.
One of the great French words.
What does that mean?
Metamorphosis.
Metamucil.
See, and then the Italian.
and
human.
he looked like poo.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the
Say
French.
no
name.
more.
Out came the Christmas poo.
Kellogg's All Brand.
It's that whole, larger European countries just copying each other. Italian, Spanish, and German be better because they're all pretty much the same with slightly different spelling.
Metamorphiso.
So the
metamorph-
French,
How many ways do you need to say metamorphosis?
well, lots. Wait till we get to check. So French is metamorphosis with an E.
Oui.
Then we go to Italian. Yeah, ha, woohoo! Ah. And it's Metamorphosis. No, that's Hungarian. I can't even do it. Just Metamorphosis with an I, which I think is
Do your accent. Italian.
Italian.
Got it?
Hey,
Cup the
Italian.
balls. Cup the balls in the air.
Metamorphosis.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, don't pinch so hard.
Metamorphosis.
Yeah.
God's sake, let
Don't
go.
pinch. Gently.
Hola, we go to the Spanish.
Arriba.
Arriba! Metamorphosis.
Oh, get the Metamorphosis burrito.
Now the check.
That'd be a super poo. A burrito with Metamucil.
Jesus.
Oh,
That would just
God.
be liquefied
You'd be
poo.
squatty pottying for days.
Octa. I just envisioned just sitting on the toilet. Cooper!
Next time you're spraying on the bowl, guys, just scream out Cooper.
Still poo Cooper.
Just taking a massive Cooper. Taking a massive Cooper.
Cooper the Christmas poo.
Now check. Check is where it gets fun.
Always.
That's what Brennan said.
I hope so. I've been waiting weeks for it to happen.
Been waiting
Bromenia.
years.
Bromenia.
Uh,
Metamorphosis.
Put them in you.
Gonna take a big bromimia.
in ya. Get my brome in ya.
And the Hungarian.
Yes?
Metamorphosis. They put a Z in. You know?
Jesus.
I think
That's
you delivered
clever.
that very well, though. Like, it's very similar, but I think it was your delivery that made it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So they all say Metamorphosis.
Yeah, German says metamorphosis as well.
Oh, don't
come on.
make me miss out on the Hoff.
Oh, yeah, do!
This is almost my favourite part of the show every week. I get to play Do. So good.
Hoff loves it too. He gets royalties.
It's time for the Get Into Geek Hairy Mailbag.
Weekly.
Oh, jam-packed mailbag to the brim, full. Let's unload it.
Special shout out to Rob Kerrigan,
Oh,
big
Robbo.
Rob dog.
Caro.
I noticed Rob tweeted on the tweets. Just my luck that after getting the all clear from breaking my spine to go and exercise, I break my foot on the first go. So big shout out to Rob. Turns out it's actually his 17th break. Which sucks. So Rob, hope you're feeling well, mate. Hope you're in good spirits and heal up quickly.
So I don't exercise.
Yeah, don't.
It's 2 days. It's not worth the risk, is it?
Rob,
Yeah.
don't run, for
Just
God's
too
sake.
Yeah, oh, jeez.
I don't know who told you to run.
Like, what you need to do is buy a comfier couch. That's the issue.
Yes.
I mean, if you're not sitting on the couch enough, it's because it's uncomfortable.
That's
Yeah.
it. If you can't find a spot on your couch where you're still slightly sitting up but comfortable enough that you can like have a nap for an hour,
Yeah.
you need a better couch.
Absolutely.
Yep. That's what I did today, actually. Just a little nap on the couch.
God, yeah.
Got a Patreon message here from Pete Evans.
Pour it up.
Potter says, guys, thank you so much for the shout out, Inside Unseen. I've been meaning to send you a message for a while now. I'm totally addicted to your podcast. I first started listening back in April 2018 when my firstborn was having loads of trouble sleeping, so I would spend about 1.5 hours a day walking her in a sling around my hometown in Cornwall. You're right.
Cornwall.
You made those long walks so much funnier. I'm sure you guys hear this all the time, but when you first talked about the poo planet, I was shaking with laughter so hard that I woke the kid and had to turn back home, but it was so worth it. Fortunately for me and my poor legs, the kid now sleeps properly, but I still have this. Oh, wow. Keep being awesome, and please consider reviewing Atlantis when the time comes.
No. Pete, we're not doing it.
I personally think you should follow a list like this, and he has attached a little list that I think I would like to go off of for the most part.
Tell me it's chronological.
Guys, Matty's made his own list.
Talk dirty to me.
Yes
Tell me
and
it's
no.
chronological.
The problem with this particular list is it has us doing like chunks. It's like, yeah, we go one for one, one for one, one for one. Then we'd have to do like 14 Atlantis in a row and then do like 12 SG1.
Yeah.
I'd prefer to go one for one. So I am actually working
concur.
I'm actually working on a list.
Oh, he's printed
I'll
it
just
out.
show you guys
there
here.
we go.
You're wasting trees on
Just
it.
punched up a little spreadsheet, guys.
I mean, he's done the workload on that.
Oh, geez.
Different
Just-
coloured columns.
I've
just a
trademarked
colour-coded-
spreadsheet, mate. You can't use a
colour-coded
spreadsheet.
So we might even put that up on social, something like that, and just see what people think of it.
What do you reckon of my spreadsheet?
Yeah.
Are you willing to risk that? I mean, socials can be quite harsh.
Yeah, hashtag spreadsheet.
Oh, look, I think I'm strong
Trust
enough.
me.
I think I'm strong
All
enough.
right,
that
I'm
I'll
just
be able to-
saying, look, Don't
Yeah.
put something up without a warning.
So thank you, Pete.
Thanks, P-Dog.
Cheers, Poit.
I just like the idea that Pete gets home and the baby's crying and his missus is like, why isn't the baby sleeping? He's like, darling, poo planet. Am I right?
Good with shit on his face.
Listen to this, he says. His wife's like, why? This
Not
isn't
funny.
even funny.
No podcast this week. I can't take the kid for a walk.
Yeah. Sorry, but you're going to have to deal with the kid, love.
Yeah, just let it scream.
Dion on Dan has got in touch with us. He says, at Get Into Geek. Now, I believe this was a comment we made on one of our podcasts about the Nokia 3310.
Oh, Mitch, yeah. Mitch's story about the dropping the iPhone.
Absolutely. Dion on Dan says, at Get Into Geek, the Nokia 3310 is evergreen, deserves to be on a T-shirt.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I don't mind that. And just a brick with buttons on it.
Look, yeah, I'm happy with that. If it was something funny I said, it's probably the only thing ever. So I'll whack it on, I'll brand it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's fine.
You're a funny guy.
We'll just add it to the list of merch.
You're a bit of a sniper. Especially, there's this funny joke in Gilmore Girls. Is there?
Is there really?
Shut up.
Was it though?
Oh, I'm not going to lie.
up,
I
you
did
arsehole.
chuckle a little in the edit there. Although, and I know I said this to you guys when I was running late tonight, I did preempt it with trying to quote Brendan from last week's episode, I want to say, from when we missed an episode a couple
Was it
of weeks
about a
ago.
penis?
No, it was a bit where you were telling the story about how you guys were on your way here and you get here and then I just send you a message, not coming.
As a butler.
Yeah, I mean, you and I would know that was a butler voice. But I was pissing myself. Mowing the lawn, I'm like, I don't sound like that, but it's funny.
Hey guys, I had a bit of a Twitter chat the other day. Yeah, I know. I was on the
Spaghetti-o.
I was on the tweets.
Damn it, we
Who
told
are
you
you-
socials is dangerous.
Yeah,
Who are you
with,
pissing off this week?
No, Captain Yosho on
Yoshi.
Oh no, Yosho.
The big
It's with-
Yosh dog.
It's with an O.
Mate, it's a nickname. Australia.
You're showy.
Fucking
Gotcha.
hell.
Yeah, don't give yourself a nickname.
I can't remember the episode whether it was when we were talking about not being called love when you try to order a sandwich, or when we were just making fun
Hold
of
the love.
Yeah, we were making
Oh,
fun
yeah.
of
Hold the sweetheart.
celiacs, and we're talking about Cheetos.
Yeah, don't call me
Waste of
darling or
space.
whatever.
Yeah.
Can I have a roast chicken roll? Roast beef roll
roast
with
pork
the
sandwich
don't
without-
call me darling.
Hold the darling.
Hold the darling.
Well, Captain Yosho sent me a tweet at High Pitch Maddie, because I mentioned something about they can't eat Cheetos.
Yeah.
And Brandon says at High Pitch Maddie, celiacs can eat Cheetos. ... God, I'm f***ing one of them now, aren't I? And then we had a big back and forth where it turns out Cheetos in Australia are different to Cheetos everywhere else.
Oh.
So our Cheetos here are wheat-based, whereas Cheetos in America are corn-based. So that's why celiacs in America can eat Cheetos, but Australians cannot.
Right.
So cheese and bacon balls,
I thought it was mainly the cheese and bacon balls.
no. It's got
There's
nothing to do
no
with
cheese
celiacs.
and bacon balls.
They can't have cheese,
Yeah, they can. They can eat cheese CCs.
can they?
Yeah. It's got to do with wheat.
Yeah, what's the dairy one?
That's lactose intolerance.
Same thing.
They're all the same.
They're all the
Yeah,
same.
they
those
just
people.
eat shit or don't.
Santos Gonzalez. Hey guys, greetings from Utah. Oh, I'm sorry. Love the show.
Big
it's
sky
my
country.
most favorite addiction. I wanted to point out something you guys missed on Prometheus. Wouldn't have thought so. We covered
Mate, we
everything.
don't do
We're
that stuff.
pretty solid.
Research, as German Horse would tell you, is on point. The justification for informing the news crew of the existence of aliens is justified in the first 30 seconds of the episode when she presents the trinium to Sam. She states that she had it analysed by several experts and they came to the conclusion that it was not a terrestrial metal, so they had to justify how they got such an amazing, refined metal.
Did we not mention that?
We did mention it, but then I was saying I think it's a bit of a leap to say that we have the metal. All right, then jump on Prometheus.
Yeah.
I think it was just too much of a leap. You could say, yeah, we found an asteroid, guys. It's got tritium in it. Anything.
Done.
Yeah.
Easy.
You don't have to say, all right, there's the Prometheus.
Also, General Hammond has repeatedly stated through the entire series that the red phone on his desk goes straight to the president.
Absolutely,
But in
Santa.
this episode, when he has the conversation with Davis and jumps on the phone, he says, "This is General Hammond. Get me the president." What the back. That means it's not a direct line. He is probably just calling Walter like an old-timey phone operator.
Yeah, I like to think that Hammond just used to call the president to say g'day and how you going? How's your weekend?
They took his red phone off him.
And then the president's like, can you move this out to the receptionist desk because I can't keep answering this shit. I think it's an emergency every
Go
time.
and get that red phone out of here.
He
Well,
wants to know what I'm doing for
And
lunch
the
today.
president's not sitting at his desk all day, every day, waiting for Hammond to call. So
Well, he should be.
Sometimes he's at the golf course.
Maybe the president's Trump, and he thinks that when he gets a call on the red phone, it's Batman. And then one day he found out it wasn't Batman. He's like, "Oh, it's a real general. Move that out to make it someone else's business." As soon as Batman calls me,
Not as good as Batman.
Nobody loves Batman more than I do. Nobody. Hello, Batman? No, Mr. President, it's me. Damn it. Full again.
is it the Joker? No, it's the ghoul. Call me
I've
when
been
it's
waiting
the
for
Joker.
you, Joker. I've been waiting. Nobody knows DC
If
like I
global
do.
warming was real, how does Mr. Freeze stay alive? Case closed.
Hey, I thought of something
Fake
the other day,
news.
actually. I was driving across a bridge that goes over water near my house.
Shit.
How do flat earthers explain the tide?
I don't know, mate.
Like, how,
Ask
like,
all your fans.
We got segregated listenership.
burn from hashtag and the rest on the other side of the room. Someone as the
watching
rest
a tennis
is
match.
still salty. Ooh.
Holy shit.
Are we in the ocean? Because that tastes salty over there.
How long have you been saying that one?
since he read it on Facebook.
That's good. That's good.
Silas,
Shit, yeah.
Quinlivan. Quinlivan.
Where you been,
That's
Quinlivan?
like a
Quinlivan.
that's
Quinn
like
living
a
on the beach.
supervillain name right there. Who the hell are you? I'm Silas
Is that
Quinlivan.
McLovin's cousin? Quinlivan?
No.
What's that? Jack Quellen?
Says, yes, loving the podcast as I rewatch SG1 and introduce it to my girlfriend, who is also loving it.
Oh, hello.
I've also got...
I bet she is, mate. With a name like Silas Quinlivan, she must be loving it.
I've also got her listening to this podcast, and I'm glad I just found your Patreon, where I can properly support you guys. Only up to the beginning of season 3. Don't want to catch up too quickly. Whereabouts in Australia are you guys? Any chance you'll be at Sydney Supernova in back when this was? June. Yeah, a couple of weeks' time. This
21
was
minutes
only-
ago.
Yeah, 21 minutes.
We're from Brisbane, mate. Brisbane, Australia.
Yeah, one of the great capital cities.
The great state of Queensland.
Yeah, and I did reply to Silas, and I said, we were thinking about it, but
But we've all got wives.
yeah, just there's not a great lineup at Supernova this year. Like
That's not the reason.
good enough for us to like. Well,
I mean, if RDA was there, we probably still wouldn't go.
Yeah.
well, no, when there's one in Brisbane, there's one in Gold Coast for us. So that's like, well,
Yeah.
if there's a
Even
decent
Gold Coast
lineup,
too
we'll go to that. Actually, yeah, that's right.
RNA Showgrounds.
an hour
Yeah.
I went
in
to the
November.
Can I catch a
Oh,
train?
Damn it.
I went to the Gold Coast one by myself because you were all too lazy.
Did
And
you go?
fucking Christopher Judge was there. That was when I got a photo with Christopher Judge.
Have you met Chris Judge?
Have you met him?
No, I just got a photo with him.
Oh.
I had to pay for it.
Cut out. Cardboard cut out.
Did you sing his song to him?
No, I didn't know
Take
that.
your clothes
I didn't know that
off
at the time.
and have a good time.
And then we were toying with going down to the Atlantis convention that's down in Sydney and Melbourne in August. But A, tickets are like $300 a pop. No, thank you.
Yeah.
And
Classic
And Rhys.
MGM.
yeah.
Rhys hasn't seen it.
And B, by August we won't even have gotten to Atlantis yet, so it'd be a total waste for us to go down to Sydney.
And I feel last August they had the SG1. They had almost the entire cast there. Like, it was a fantastic lineup, but we couldn't go. And it's like, well, if we couldn't manage to go to the SG1 one, at this stage,
Probably
why
not gonna be
put that
Atlantis
effort
one.
into the Atlantis
Yeah.
one, you know?
Oh, mate, there could be an Origins one downstairs and I still wouldn't go.
We'd have to walk through
Like-
it to get to our car. It's like, I'll just walk home.
What, I have to get in
We
the
have to
lift?
walk around it, yeah.
Do you guys want a donation or something? What's going on? Yeah.
It's time to find out if Rhys has been paying attention.
All right, let's wheel in the board, guys.
Oh,
5 questions
oh yeah. Yeah.
on the board.
Yeah.
30 seconds on the clock. I just kind of waste a bit of time here to make sure Mitch is all set up.
He's good to go,
Oh,
mate.
you're good?
He's
All right, here we go. In the episode Metamorphosis, What is the name of Wodan's brother?
That's that bloody all-brand guy.
Correct. What actor plays Wodan?
The hippie from 1969.
Incorrect. What does Hoktar mean?
Advanced human.
Correct. According to Carter, who built the DNA manipulation machine?
The ancients.
Correct. Should Jonas have banged Nearty before she died?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. She
Or
did.
even after, whatever.
What actor played Wodan?
Who knows?
Or a character that he played previously.
Dion Johnstone was the guy we're after.
Shaka.
Oh, that was the guy, yeah.
Playing
right.
Whiteface in this one, doing a great job at it.
Yeah, Fifth Man, Lieutenant Tyler.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Rhys, your father made you wrong!
yet again.
You stupid son of a bitch.
I don't think I had the
big,
energy to be excited if I had have got 5 out of 5.
No,
so.
why not?
And a big happy birthday to the man who made Rhys wrong too. Also
Oh,
on this
Jimbo.
day
Oh.
of recording.
Well done.
The big 56 today.
He won't
Is he
listen.
really?
He won't listen.
Yeah, one beer for every year.
Tonight.
Usually is what he has on a weeknight. He's going 2 cases
Yeah.
today.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
if you want to experience a metamorphosis of how you enjoy Stargate, join our Patreon.
Oh, good.
Excellent.
Sonny.
Did you write that?
I was thinking
He
about that.
thought about it a
I
long
was thinking
time
about that
ago.
through the whole. Has Rhys been paying attention? I couldn't.
okay.
Yeah.
What does metamorphosis mean?
I
To
don't know.
change.
To get-
Metamorphosis. Like
And what did you say? You want to experience a metamorphosis?
of how you enjoy Stargate.
You got a fantail in your mouth? What's
It's a
happening?
lolly snake. So, yeah, we just wanted to welcome a couple of our new Patreon supporters.
Oh,
Rhys,
Yeah.
that's that big
Rhys,
highlighted
that's you,
green
buddy.
thing in front of you there.
Straight
Right.
out those two legendary people.
I've been tasked with this. Silas Quinlivan. Silas Quinlivan.
Oh, McLovin.
Might be Silas Quinlivan. Look,
Yeah.
get in touch with
Could
us.
be,
Let us
yeah.
know.
Head down to Principal O'Shanahan's office.
Quinny? Do we call him Quinny? Is that again just being Quinny?
Oh, Quinn.
yeah.
Yeah.
Quinn?
Oh, the big,
Not
the big
Jonas.
Quinn dog.
Big Q.
The good Quinn.
Q, yeah.
The good Quinn.
IQ.
Also, Scotty Flashheart.
Oh, God, yeah.
That's the, remember back from Twitter, he
Oh,
was
we
the big
remember.
honker?
Oh,
Yeah,
do we
The
ever?
big honker.
Congratulations too to Scotty Flashheart. His podcast just won. I think it was like the best British podcast or whatever it
Oh,
was.
you kidding?
No shit. Yeah,
That's
just got an
awesome.
award for that. Probably not as good as the award ceremony wasn't as good as what I explained it to be, or I didn't explain it as good.
I have no idea
Who
what
knows?
you're saying.
I don't even know what I'm talking about.
I mean, we
I
should
didn't
be
understand
submitting-
a word of that.
Congratulations, Scotty.
Should we be submitting this as like for podcast awards?
No.
Or?
No,
I wonder what.
no. Robert
we,
Cooper's the selector.
We should probably actually nominate this podcast for something, just for a laugh.
Just for a laugh.
Because one day we'll
Have a
actually get
laugh.
accepted.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you've received you're a finalist, and we'll
Best Australian Stargate podcast.
Yeah, is there-
category.
You know what we should do? We should put it into a competition that has absolutely nothing to do with sci-fi or Stargate, and put it in the People's Choice Awards. Then got all our listeners to jump on and vote for us in
Brilliant.
this random
Nice.
category,
Yeah.
and then we get the most votes, and they go, "I don't know how this got in."
Yeah.
Is there a
But here it
podcast
is.
version of the Razzies? Because I reckon we'd have a shot at that.
Yeah.
It's Razzies.
The Razzies.
That's where all the shit movies are at.
Oh, yeah.
Like Halle Berry's Catwoman won a Razzie.
oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sh-
I think that
so
was
it
the one she
should've.
showed up to accept, wasn't it?
She did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think she actually gave out.
quiet year that year for Halle Berry, obviously.
Yeah.
A big week. It was a big
Sandra
week.
Bullock has been there too.
No, Sandra. I was thinking of Sandra Bullock because she won the Oscar the night after she won a Razzie. She won the Razzie for
Yeah.
what was it? It was terrible.
It was a bad one. And then she rocked up with a big giant trolley filled with DVDs and gave out DVDs of that horrible movie to everyone in the audience. Yeah, I thought that was brilliant.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah,
Plenty of leftovers.
Wonderful work for Sandra.
So good.
Girl next door, if you would.
And also congratulations to our Patreon winners, Aaron Percival, Colby Latham, and David Hancock. Congratulations.
Well
Aaron,
done.
Aaron has got in touch with us with his details. So Colby and David, if you want to email through
Slow
your
clap.
details, we will send those key rings out
Absolutely,
to you.
we
Nice.
are super jealous. And I remember our uncle used to have one of those key rings, and that's why I've got a little bit of a nostalgic grasp on one
yeah,
of those
you
key
do?
rings.
Is that because your uncle had a nostalgic grasp on you?
Mate, I wish he did.
Would explain some things, but that is episode 127 of Get Into Gate Metamorphosis. We will be back next week to talk Disclosure,
Whoa.
episode
Oh,
7.
can't wait.
Save our bullets until next week.
One of
For
the
some
great
reason,
shows.
I thought it was always called Full Disclosure, but not
It
so
should
much.
be. Should be full bullshit.
Do you like this episode, Matty?
Nah.
I don't believe it.
Do you reckon next week we should just upload a best of? Like, just
Of
skip it?
Stargate.
Don't play it. Just keep it
But
for
do
Rhys.
we? But do we still number it as an episode?
Oh, totally.
Well,
That's what these people did. They just uploaded a clip show and called it an episode.
people.
is this a clip show
It's
next
a clip
week?
show.
Sorry for
Yeah.
the
Looking
clip
forward
show.
Have no fear, we've got stories for years.
So that's next week here on Get Into Gate. In the meantime, check out all of our old episodes. Just search Get Into Gate, a Stargate podcast on your favourite podcasting outlet. Hit us up on the socials, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Send us an email. Bit of a long-form chat, getintogate@gmail.com, or as we said, patreon.com/getintogate. Support the show, but also have your say in the show and be part of some exclusive extras to our Patreon family.
Absolutely. And if you're on the YouTubes, guys, jump on our channel and give us a bit of a subscription and a bell ring. I think that's how they do it.
What?
You press the bell bit next to subscribe, so you get Get Into Gate have a new
there's lot of
podcast
steps
out.
in YouTube
notification.
now.
Yeah, it does help us out.
Smash the like
We gotta
button.
Try and get
subscribe.
monetized. You need 1,000 subscribers or some bullshit.
We got no chance.
No, I know, but hey, we can try.
Yeah, I saw we had 3 views on a video the other day. That was great.
I just uploaded like 10 of them in one day. No, there's actually quite a few.
Oh, that's good.
Hooked a few fish in those nets, if you know what I mean.
No, all punchlines, guys.
All punchlines.
All right, we'll be back next week to talk
All
disclosure.
punchline.
Otherwise,
That one was just a setup and no punchline.
Or was it?
we'll see you next week.
Find out.
Get Into Geek.